Hello, and welcome to the Relationship Anxiety Podcast. I'm your host, Krisenia, a certified relationship anxiety life coach. And today we are talking about self trust and how self trust doesn't mean believing every thought we have. Before we start, I just wanted to say I'm sorry that this podcast has taken a little bit of time to get out. We've had some technical issues. This is the third time I'm recording this week. So hopefully this time the audio sticks and we're able to post this one. So thank you for being patient. Today, our topic is self-trust. And if you have relationship anxiety, this might be a really scary topic for you. I know that for me, when I was in the midst of relationship OCD, I was really triggered by the idea of self-trust. For me, self-trust and intuition really went together, and both of those were really triggering things for me. So, my hope today is to teach you what self trust really is so that it doesn't need to be such a triggering thing. I remember hearing people say, like, oh, you just need to build self trust, you need to trust yourself. And I remember being like, okay, well, if I trusted myself, then I'd break up with my boyfriend. Like, if I trusted all of the anxious thoughts that I have, then that would mean leaving my relationship. That would mean all of these things that I didn't really want to do. And this came from a misunderstanding of what self trust really is. So, like I said, I thought that self trust meant that I needed to trust all of the anxious thoughts in my head, that they were true and that they were real. I thought that self trust meant believing all of my doubts and believing that my brain had wisdom that it was trying to tell me that I just wouldn't listen to. It was really wrapped up in that fear of what if I'm just not listening to myself? What if I'm just not trusting myself? And that I really need to listen to all of these doubts and anxieties because they're true and real. And like I said, now that I have learned, that is not what true self trust is. True self trust is so much more expansive and so much less black and white. And honestly, it's so much more grounding and beautiful than what I thought it was. So I want you to think about just trust in general. I want you to think about someone that you trust. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. And I want you to think about how you have built trust with this person and why you trust them. Now, it's really possible that you trust this person because they've been there for you. When it's been hard, when you've been struggling, they've showed up. It's possible that they have given you really good wisdom and counsel, or maybe that they have shown you through their actions that they're reliable. And I want you to think about all of the little moments that led to you trusting them. It might be that you went out to lunch together, you slowly built your friendship, you learned that they had a good heart and that they had good intentions. It could be that you went camping together, or maybe they taught you how to ride a bike. It could be that they were there for you when you were having a really bad day. Maybe they brought you ice cream and just watched a movie with you. Or it could just be that this person has been constant, that every day they ask you how you are. And it's not anything big, but they're just consistently there for you. Now, self trust is a lot more similar to trusting other people than we think. So, when you Google how to build trust, the AI overview says that to be honest and reliable, to communicate, to act with empathy. And these are all ways that we build trust with other people in our lives. We communicate with them, we empathize with them, we're honest and reliable, we're consistent. And self trust is the same way. Self trust means that we are reliable for ourselves. Self trust means we show up for ourselves. It means we empathize with ourselves. Basically, we build this whole relationship where our body and our brain knows that we're a safe person to be around, to trust, which I know sounds so silly and like Inception. But when we are constantly judging ourselves or nitpicking ourselves or telling ourselves how we need to be better, that isn't a good friendship. That's not how you build strong relationships with people. It's kind of like being a tyrant over your body and over your brain than being someone who's safe. It's so interesting. Like I said, I know it sounds so crazy to think about having a relationship with ourselves, but it is so powerful. And true self-trust is knowing that you will be there for yourself no matter what. It's knowing that you're going to show up for yourself and you're going to support yourself in whatever hard thing happens. And that if you don't have the tools to support yourself, that you'll find someone who can. True self-trust is knowing that you can rely on and count on yourself to love you and to be there for you. Now, this is totally different than making sure that you make all of the right choices so that everything works out perfectly. This is completely different. It looks like no matter what happens, I'll be there for me. It's kind of like I did a podcast a while ago about what ifs versus even ifs. And instead of saying, like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? It's saying, even if that happens, I'm going to be there for myself. I'm going to support myself. And if I can't support myself, then I know God will. And I know that I can find people to support me. It's the same idea. Now, you might wonder, how do I build self-trust with myself? And it's the same as building trust with anyone else. We need to be really consistent at it. We need to spend time getting to know ourselves. That might look like just checking in with yourself throughout the day. It might look like going on a walk. It might look like journaling or meditating. Really, it's just learning how to support yourself every day in little ways. So the other day, I was having kind of not a bad day, but just it was unproductive. I didn't feel great, but there wasn't really a reason why. I was just kind of having an off day. And like I wanted to spend time scrolling on my phone, like just really not a productive day. And I remember I was driving home and I purposefully checked in with my body. I was like, okay, today's not our greatest day, is it? What do you need? What do you need from me right now? And it was so amazing because I just had this little like desire to go sit in the sun for 5 minutes. And so on my way home, I stopped by this little field and I just went and put my feet in the grass and sat in the sun for like 5 minutes. And it was so powerful because I was communicating with myself that I would be there for me and that I was listening and that my body's important to me. And after that, I went home and I just felt so much more grounded. And like I said, these are just little ways that we build trust with ourselves. Building trust looks like not ignoring our needs. And it looks like being really curious instead of judgmental to our brains and our bodies. So, overall, real self-trust doesn't mean that we believe every fear and doubt and anxiety that we have. It means that we believe that we will be there for us, for ourselves. It means that we believe that we will support ourselves and be there for ourselves no matter what. And this gets rid of so much anxiety, actually, because I no longer feel like I have to make the perfect choice because I know that I will be supported no matter what happens. It's such a powerful shift in perspective. And if you want help learning how to build this muscle of self-trust, I would love to meet with you. I offer free consult sessions. They're 45 minutes long. We meet over Google Meet, and it's cameras off. And really, I just would love to get to know you. I would love to help you learn how to have more peace and less anxiety in your life because you are so, so worth it. Thank you so much for listening. If you're interested in that free session, go to my Instagram. It's at Persenia Claire Coaching. I'll link it in these notes, and the link is in my bio. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.